This episode of Another Great Day is brought to you by eggs. What about them? It's Monday, December 11th, 2023. Monday. Hello, Chris.
Hello. I'm slightly confused by the eggs, but
everyone likes eggs.
Well, what about them?
Yeah, what about eggs? I'm Aaron. This is Chris.
Hello.
We love eggs, and we are here with another Great Day podcast.
I'm going to interrupt you right there.
Oh.
I've told you about my boring eggs before. I've got new, different boring eggs.
Oh, no.
You ready for this?
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the kitchen, I present to you
More-
boring eggs.
More boring.
2 electric boogaloo.
I 30 cents to buy a ramen packet
Okay,
at Walmart right now.
tremendous.
You can cook it in boiling water
They
and
cost
put it
30 cents now?
30 cents. These
Wow.
cost 20 whenever I was young.
I thought they were 10. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
You're right, they were 10. Because I remember box tops for life or something at school.
Yeah.
And I got a package of 20 of them. And I counted for 20 box tops, and it was $1. Is
Dude.
that right? 10?
No.
$2. It was $2.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Anyway,
So you take your ramen.
take the ramen.
Okay.
You can start cooking it, which I put in the microwave to heat up. I take it out halfway through,
Okay.
crack an egg into it,
Ooh,
put it back in, and cook it the
Okay.
rest of the way. And the egg cooks with it.
that sounds
And we
awesome.
have frozen peas and carrots
Oh my
that I also get like a handful, put them in a bowl, microwave those in the microwave.
This is not boring at all.
And I put it in the ramen, and then I now have a magical lunch that costs quite cheap compared to fancy ramen.
Yeah,
you know.
no, that I got to tell you, Chris, right now, and for those listening right here, I'm picturing Chris as the Swedish chef from the Muppets, just throwing a bunch. Yes. Yeah, I'm picturing you just throwing ingredients into like a microwave
Instead of a pot, it's a microwave.
Yes, and it's just, I'm like, this is the best boring eggs ever. Well, welcome to another great day. It's Monday. We're talking about eggs, so let's get on with the show, Chris. It is Monday, like I said, which means our bit is bad movie descriptions. What is this bit, you might be asking yourself, listener? Well, let me tell you. This is a bit where we boldly describe a movie poorly,
That's right.
and we try to guess what they are. We encourage you to play along in the car. So, my movies today are both kid-appropriate movies,
All right.
which we tend to do mainly family-friendly movies. So,
All right, go for it. What you got?
all right. A Mouse Likes America.
A mouse. I know of a Mickey Mouse. Oh, this is a Don Bluth movie.
Is it?
It is.
What is it?
This is one who sings. Sings about finding something somewhere out there, isn't it?
Oh, there are no cats
In America. This is, what's it called? American Tail?
Yep,
That's
nailed it.
Just American Tail.
Bonus points if you know what the sequel is called.
Is the original one Tail, Tail?
Yes.
I never noticed that. In my brain, I just connected the
Yep.
tail.
Feifel and an American Tail. The tale of the
Fievel
mouse.
Goes West.
The Mouskovitz family. Yes,
And
Feifel Goes West.
And
Good
then
job.
Part 2 is Fievel Goes West with the cat,
Yes, the funny cat.
which some say is one of the better sequels to ever been made.
It is an excellent sequel. I actually prefer it to the first.
The first one's got some real sad, serious moments.
It is good, but life teaches you one way or the other through good and bad.
Speaking of sad, ready for this story, this movie description?
Okay, let's do it.
A dog tries his best to help his owner in all of his owner's industrious endeavors by sometimes moving packages and retrieving them, by wearing Christmas-themed head garments, pulling a supply vehicle to the very top of a mountain. This dog is loyal to the end, even if the owner stunks.
Oh, man, you had me dead to rights until that very last one. Ding. I'll take what is The Grinch Stole Christmas
That's right.
for 200, Bob.
Focusing on the dog.
That's awesome. What was the dog's name?
I don't know what the dog's name
Peter
was.
or something? I don't know.
It was always there to help, though.
That was a really good
He's the
dog.
true hero of the movie.
Honestly, that movie should be called The Dog.
the dog's journey or
Just
something.
the dog. Air Bud. All right, you ready for the next one?
All right, what you got?
All right, how y'all doing out there in the car or wherever you're listening? Here, hopefully you're having some good times with this. Here comes number 2. A band writes a good song and then breaks up.
Wait, this is a kid's movie.
It's a family-friendly movie.
Family-friendly movie. A band writes a song and then breaks
It is
up.
not animated. That's a clue.
Okay. The Tom Hanks one. What that thing you do. Oh, what's that?
That's it.
What's
that thing you do.
Is that the name of the movie
Yep,
too?
you nailed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
that was the song
doing
then.
that thing you do.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever watched that movie actually.
It is
kind of watched
fantastic.
it maybe.
It is really good. It's a good movie.
All right. Here's
what
the
you
last
got?
one.
Hit me.
A mom and dad try their best to take a Christmas trip with some family to Europe, and then John Candy shows up at some point.
Home Alone?
Home Alone. You got it.
That is awesome. I made my family disappear. Hey, Buzz.
There you go.
I'm going through all your stuff. All right, cool. Well, that was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that segment, Bad Movie Descriptions. And that'll bring us to This Day in History. Woo!
This day in history
We
is a
got
long one.
big old This Day in History.
All right,
for you
I'm
today.
going to dive right into it so we can
All
go
right.
through it.
All
On
right.
this day, 1815, the U.S. Senate creates a select committee on finance to create a uniform. Oh, I can't read the text because your mouse is over it.
Oh, weird. Sorry. Here we go.
It's still there.
Oh, it's not on mine.
All right, we're going to keep going. This one is about the
Let's talk about eggs again.
U.S. Senate makes a committee for money.
Hey.
This is in 1815. This is just after America was founded.
Okay.
This is the precursor to the legitimate committee on finance. The select committee means that they have to re-up it every couple of years.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I'm going to take us a moment to do a brief history of what money is and the etymology of the word money.
And now, Money Talk with
That's right.
Chris Taylor.
Money, or currency, the first version of money was natural objects like shells. Example is, I have 3 shells. Will you trade me that cow for these 3 shells?
What? That's crazy.
They used shells.
Sales
as
was the first job ever.
sales.
It's
Yep.
awesome.
Sales of shells, apparently.
Sales of shells. Say that 3 times fast.
Then people started using fancy metals like gold and silver, and they shaped them into small circles. We call them coins, like
Yes.
pennies, like we have nowadays.
Yeah.
And people would say things like, "Hey Joe, I've got 2 gold coins. Can I have an Xbox?" and then he says, "Yes, you can have the Xbox for these gold coins."
Might I trouble you for ye old Xbox?
Yeah. Then at some point, people start using leather. They would get leather strips and they would
Interesting.
engrave on them and make them unique. And they would trade leather to say this meant money.
Wow.
And maybe where they got the word buck, because the
Ooh.
leather comes from the deer, which the male deer is a buck.
That's right.
So that maybe they're not quite sure where $bucks. You got $10.
Hey.
You got bucks.
How about that? It's also lighter than carrying around a bunch of coins if you're traveling.
A lot lighter. And then comes paper money, which the first version was around 900 AD. They used the bark of mulberry trees. So in a sense, money did grow on trees.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that
You heard
crazy?
it here first, folks.
Kind of. They would repurpose it and make it into money. But
I love that.
and now here's where things get imaginary.
Okay.
And we have to have lots of trust in other humans.
Okay. Yes.
Paper money was basically a note promising a certain amount of gold. The original bank notes said, I put this much gold into a bank, into a place. They write a paper saying, I have this much, and I can let someone else come to the bank and get gold.
Interesting.
If I ask you, Aaron, if I say, I want to buy your house for a block of gold, you can be like, sure, but I need that in writing. And then you could take that right into the bank and get that gold, and I get your house.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
So bank notes, we all have to trust that the paper is real and the bank is actually holding the money. But
Wow.
that is
That is a lot of trust
yeah.
because you could probably forge that note
So then
back in the olden days a lot easier than you can do now.
you can. And over time, they had to start making more and more sophisticated ways to make sure that paper money can't just be reprinted. So the newest ones have pieces of foil or strips of like stuff in it that are
They
kind
have
of like
little
hidden
holograms,
hologram
in
stuff
there.
that you can't just make. So
wow, that's fascinating.
there's even more we can go into, but that's enough money talk for the day.
And money talk for the day with Chris.
And now we'll go on to the question of the day.
Ah, yes. And I'll give you 4 shells and 2 leather straps if you can answer this question.
All right.
Let's trade. Just kidding. All right. Today's question of the day is, if you could write a promise note to your parents or guardians, what would you promise them? Take a minute, discuss this amongst yourselves, and then come on back. We'll be waiting. If I could write a promissory note to my parents.
That's right. This is from the bank. It's what the original banknotes were promising. I had the gold.
So the answer can't be gold.
Yeah. So
It's gotta be something else.
This would be like a
400 teddy bears.
Yeah.
Or
it doesn't have to be money. It could be a different kind of promise. Like I promise to keep my room clean, or that kind of thing.
I would promise them a room full of water so that when they got to the bank and they opened the door, a bunch of water would just come out. It'd be really funny to me.
I kind of was thinking a promise of something kind of serious. Like I promised to try and carry on our traditions or something like that. Or
that's actually thoughtful,
like
Chris.
Loving, I don't know, like Christmas time, or like loving my family well, or I don't know, something like that. Something along those lines. I'm not to nail it down, but
something to keep the legacy going, keeping the fire burning, if you will.
Yeah,
I like that. Well, yours was thoughtful. Mine was a dumb prank. So
good
job.
No. Hey, here's the bank. Water everywhere.
How did you get this in here? Yeah. All right. Well, good talk today, Chris. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. All right. There's that music. And now to our field correspondent on location. Take it away, Wes McFall.
Hey there, guys. Hey, Mira, I just started a band called Blanket.
What kind of music did you do?
It's a cover band. Have another great day.
Oh, always a joy. Thanks, Wes. Now it's time for us to move into the last part of our show, the Word of Wisdom. Today's Word of Wisdom comes to us from the book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 6. If you're tuning in and new this week, Chris is going to read the NLT version, and I'm going to read the Amplified version.
All right. Trusting a fool to convey a message is like cutting one's feet off or drinking poison.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Intense. Amplified, he who sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet or sabotages himself and drinks the violence it brings on himself as a consequence.
Wow.
So you gotta be careful who you trust when you tell somebody something. Just like we talked about promissory notes earlier.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of all tied together. So, all right. Well, Chris, let's hit the music and call it a day. There it is. Our mission here on Another Great Day podcast is to encourage interaction, creativity, and conversation.
And we thank you for tuning in. And if you're enjoying this podcast, please take a minute to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app and share us on social media.
Yeah, help us get out there and beat the internet. I'm not going to ever let that goal go, Chris.
Most importantly, we hope that you make it
another
great day.
We'll see you tomorrow. This episode of Another Great Day is brought to you by eggs. What about them? It's Monday.
Oh, let's redo it.
But all right, gotta get professional.
We're still recording.
Boys, the egg man's paying us a lot of money.